What are our emotional needs? And how do we understand, become aware, and fulfill our emotional needs? Hi, this is Nirmala Shekhar, a coach and a body talk practitioner from Singapore, and we are continuing our journey to understand the map of self care. So, what are our emotional needs? If we do a random survey of people, we would probably get answers like this: to be loved, to be accepted, to be cherished, appreciated, needed, wanted, to feel that we are capable and confident, to feel that we can be independent, to make a difference to the people around us, to be creative, to make a difference to the world at large. All of these would be examples of emotional needs. We know that. And yet, most of us struggle to take care of our emotional needs. That is because we are following a certain stage in the fulfillment of our needs. So let me share this framework and then see if you are able to understand your emotional need. We start with the basic need, which Maslow talks about, the need to feel safe, to feel secure. This is the stage. If we don't feel safe or secure, then we are in a state of panic, anxiety, fear, worry even. So at this stage, starting point, our emotional need is to feel safe and secure. Once this need is fulfilled, then we move to the next stage, to be comfortable. This is the stage where things are more stable. So we are in our comfort zone, and this is the need where I need to know that this is what is going to happen. Emotionally, I feel stable and secure. Once I have fulfilled this need, we will find that people generally, after a while, feel stagnation because there's too much stability, too much security. And at that stage, we need to be able to grow, to be creative. Being creative can be physical need as well, but it is a very much an emotional need as well. So when this need of growing, of creating is fulfilled for a while, then we need to shift gears and come to the stage of pruning. That's the best way to describe it. Pruning or spring cleaning, releasing, letting go. Most of nature goes through cycles. Unless something is released, something new cannot come in. If we can't release our out breath, an in breath will not come in. If we are not able to release the food waste, after a while we lose the appetite to eat more food. So nature has this cycle of release, and we need to honor that cycle. So that becomes our emotional need of releasing old emotions, old baggage, something that we have been storing for a while. Release them. But we can release them only after we have gone through the previous cycles of feeling safe, of feeling comfortable, of growing. Now I'm ready to release. And when I release, then I'm ready to welcome something new. It becomes a need for renewal. We go through phases in life when it's an intense period of renewal. We are honoring our emotional need of renewing ourselves. To give you an example, many years ago, I opened my Facebook account because my father encouraged me to do so. In our family, my father was the first one who opened his Facebook account. started posting things on Facebook. Because of his encouragement, I went and opened an account, but I didn't do anything. I just lurked there watching other people interact. And this went on for a while. A few months later, it was my birthday, and birthday greetings and wishes started pouring in on Facebook. Now, you must understand that all these years, my birthday celebrations have always been low key. We just used to have family celebrations. My mother would make a sweet, and I would get a new dress, and that used to be the extent of my birthday celebrations. So all of a sudden, all these wishes pouring in on Facebook, I totally froze. It was something that I couldn't cope. So that year, I received many wishes, but not one of them I acknowledged. And I'm saying a belated sorry for that. I was in that safety zone as far as Facebook was concerned. And it took me a while to come out of that stage to being comfortable. And once I was comfortable, I would say right now, I'm in a growth or a creative phase. If at that point when I was feeling not so safe on Facebook, people had pushed me to do videos, there were no lives then. If people had pushed me to do videos, I wouldn't have been able to take it. By honoring the internal stages of my emotions, I'm in a space right now where I'm comfortable doing the video. The next phase then would be a pruning stage, a stage of releasing. And when I do that, maybe take breaks off from Facebook, whatever, however that stage is going to be for me, then I become ready for the next phase, which is one of renewal. And this becomes important to understand because our emotional needs at each stage are different. So, in the safety stage, yes, love and acceptance is an emotional need across the board. But in addition to love and acceptance, in the safety stage, there needs to be an aspect of hope. When people are in that stage, they need hope. They need a role model. They need to see somebody else having overcome what they are. And I feel hopeful that I can also do this. Facebook is a very simplistic example. If you take an example of a person who has lost someone or has lost a job, at that moment of panic and fear and worry and anxiety and grief even, the immediate need is one of hope. So depending on the stages that we are in, our emotional needs change a little bit. And to make this even more complicated, in different areas of our life, we are in different stages. So while I was in the safety stage for Facebook, in some other area of my life, all those years ago, I was probably in a comfort stage or a growth stage or a release stage or even in a renewal stage. So take some time to understand our emotional context, our emotional journey, and using self-awareness and lots of self-love and acceptance. If we can decode where we are at in 1 to 2 areas of our life, then we can go about providing the needs that we need at that stage. I hope this framework of understanding our emotional needs brings about greater awareness for you, and I shall continue with some of these stages in the next few videos. Thank you for joining me on this journey. This is Nirmala Shekha. Bye bye. Namaste. Do subscribe and hit the bell button for more weekly content on self-care. And if you want even more actionable content on self-care, do join me in the Facebook group for weekly lives, discussions, and more tips.